I am Dani Rivers Mitchell. I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama, but I currently reside in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. I literally been through the entire world to end up doing the very thing that brought me joy, and that is travel. And so that's really where I am right now, in the space of owning a company by the name of Black Girls Travel 2, where we curate intimate group experiences for women of color. When I really thought about, creating this travel company a little bit over 5 years ago, to be honest, I was really making a statement to women of color. I've oftentimes found myself wanting to do things and would call up my friends and say, hey, let's go skating or let's go take a trip. And they go, Black people don't do that. That's a white person thing. And it's like, why do we constantly give away some of the most amazing experiences in the world to a particular race? And it was like me making a statement saying, Black girls travel as well. I would like to think that I've traveled to Barbados since the beginning of 2013 up until today. I think I've traveled to Barbados over 30 plus times. In 2013, I was not a travel entrepreneur, if you will. I had always been an entrepreneur, I would like to think all my life, but legitimately during that time, I was in the space of public speaking. And so I was an assistant to Ona Brown, which is a world-renowned motivational speaker. She is the daughter of Les Brown. And so I was actually traveling with her. So by being her assistant, she was invited to speak at Coveney Medical. And voila, I'm her assistant. She was like, hey, I'm gonna need for you to come with me to Barbados. And so when she first said that, I said Bahamas. And she said, no, Barbados. And I'm like, wait a minute. I've heard of it, but I could not position it, geographically. And so let me tell you, that was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Hopping on that experience with her. I came to Barbados with her for about 9 days. Now, we only spoke for one day. It was a one-day event. And then we also went to Combermere Secondary School, which is a school Rihanna graduated from. And then at that point in time, she called me up on stage to speak. And I was like, what? I was not expecting to speak at all because I was there assisting her. But it was such an amazing opportunity to speak and stand before those young kids that had a bright future before them. And during that time, I just knew that there was something special about Barbados. I just did not know what it was at that point until we actually stayed and on the West Coast. And during that time on the West Coast, we interacted with locals. And that was the first time that I must, be very transparent with you. During my travels, I really interacted with locals. It was such an easy thing to do. I mean, Bajans are some of the most amazing and friendliest people, like genuinely friendly. And so on the West Coast, the Platinum Coast, as you guys call it, I was able to connect with some amazing people. And during that time, I met this lady who was actually a vendor. She was positioned behind a table, if you will, of different types of jewelry, from necklaces to bangles and things like that. And I remember approaching her area. She saw me looking and she said, there's nothing here for you. And I was like, what? And she was like, I have something special for you. You come back in a couple days and I'll give that to you. And so during that time, I was like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I will be back. And then I did, in fact, come back 2 days later to pick up what was a waist bead. And I remember her telling me, as clear as day, as if today was 2013, the year of 2013, which I wish it was, you're gonna do some amazing things, and you're gonna do them here in Barbados. Mm-hmm. Literally, 2 years later, I launched the Black Girls Travel 2 travel brand, and our first trip was to Barbados. Wow. Out of all places, a place that I had maybe or may not heard. It wasn't really familiar, and I'm a huge fan of Rihanna. However, I never connected the two until I touched down on the island. I felt welcomed, I felt seen, I felt heard. I felt love. It was just a very healthy and rewarding feeling to be on work vacation, if you will, and to be in a place like that. And I had not experienced anything like that prior. Now, mind you, I was in the military. And so I lived in places like Korea, had traveled to Japan and all these places all around the world. However, I had never felt the warmth that I felt in Barbados. And here's the thing. Even still to this day, when I touch down in Barbados, I feel like my ancestors are just like chanting, welcome home each and every time of warmth and safety and comfort. And as soon as we touch down, it's like, I've arrived. And it's like, welcome back.